was recently living with my cousin, and she had a dog named Snowy.
Snowy?
Yeah.
What kind of dog is Snowy?
A fat, white, fluffy dog.
Is the dog actually fat, or is the fluff just a lot?
Oh, he's fat.
Oh, it's
he's
a fat dog.
boy.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Fat dog.
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8. We got Big Theater Kid Energy.
Hello and welcome to Big Theater Kid Energy, your least pretentious theater review show. I am your host, Ryan Garcia, and I just went and saw Mexodus at Pasadena Playhouse, which is playing through August 2nd. Mexodus is an electrifying two-person hip-hop musical that uncovers the little-known true story of the Underground Railroad's southern route to freedom through Mexico. And I went and saw that show with this person who has lived many interesting lives, starting as a journalist between semesters at Arizona State. She's worn all the hats they have in a newsroom, from reporter to anchor, producer, editor, and even weather girl, garnering herself 2 EMMY Awards along the way. But she left the depressing life of news to take on the world of stand-up, sketch comedy, and yes, even podcasts. It's the one and only, the indecent Kiki Andersen.
Hello, what an intro. Somebody looked at my website.
I looked at both your websites.
Oh my God. I didn't even know I had 2.
One says, if you're looking for me as an actor, you're at the wrong website.
Oh,
like if you're
really?
looking for
I
me
did
as a
that?
comedian. You wrote like, I think it's more like, because you were doing like social...
Oh, I was doing like copywriting and stuff.
Copywriting and all that, and like, hey, here's my professional site, but if you're looking for me as comedy,
Yeah.
go to the other place.
Oh God, I should stop paying for that other website.
Yeah, I'm like that app that I always get advertised on different podcasts of like getting rid of all these like subscriptions.
I need to do that.
Yeah, I'm doing that for you right now.
Thank you.
You're paying for multiple domains. You do not need them.
I don't need them.
It can be a tab.
You know what? I don't think I've ever gotten a single copywriting job from that website.
Really?
But that's not what we're here to talk about.
Why not? It's a good website. I'm actually working right now to build a website, so I was very interested, like looking at yours.
Okay, well, you can have mine.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, I'll take it. It would be confusing for people.
Yeah.
To use your domain name. Kiki, your name is Kelly.
Shh.
It's
What's
on
wrong
your
with you?
website. It's on your
But I
website.
don't use that website. What are you doing?
Okay, we can skip that. We'll cut it.
Oh my God. Dead naming me.
It says it on there. It says you got. I think both your websites have the story of you used to be Kelly and you changed it because you got Kelly. This is information that you have out there, front facing.
On a website. This is a podcast. This is a different
No, but
medium. These people are just meeting me for the first time. They're like, oh, look at Kiki. She loves theater. And now they're like, well, who's Kelly?
Do you love theater?
I do actually like theater. I mean, I'm not like a theater connoisseur, but
Yeah.
I like theater.
Did you like do any theater growing up or anything
I
like that?
did. I grew up doing theater.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what kind of shows? What were you doing?
I
What do
did
you
a lot
mean?
of Shakespeare.
You loved Shakespeare?
Yeah, I did a lot of Shakespeare.
Oh, you did a lot of Shakespeare?
Yeah,
What?
we had a drama teacher that like just rammed Shakespeare through our brains because she
Yeah.
was like, this is what you need. This is the core. This is the good stuff. And at the time, I couldn't appreciate it. Now, as an adult, I'm like, everything is Shakespeare.
Right.
Everything is Shakespeare.
Everything is just stemming from some Shakespeare show already.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you play any roles that you remember?
My favorite was Puck. I was a good Puck.
Oh, Puck is perfect for you.
Yeah.
Honestly, I just want you to be Puck your entire life.
I do feel that way. I feel a little pucky all the time.
Do you remember any of it?
If we shadows have offended, think but this and all is mended.
See, look, and what's great is no copyright rules. We're so safe there.
Yep.
When you were a journalist, did you like have thoughts of like, I wish I want to be performing more?
Yeah, all the time. I mean, that's why I'm
Really?
here.
The whole time, like even from the beginning of it? Because you studied journalism in school.
Yeah, so I had kind of a weird trajectory. Like, my mom was pushing me through the child actor thing when I was a kid, and I
Oh, really?
loved it. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, it was great. My first gig was like, okay, do you remember those commercials when we were little? Like, where you would see like a poor child on the street and they'd be like, for $1, you can feed a child for a year. I was the child.
Wait, are you trying to tell me right now that some of those children aren't actually poor children?
I was poor, but not that poor.
you were being paid
Yeah.
to pretend to be poorer.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And so it was really funny because, first of all, I grew up Jewish, but it was for a Christian charities commercial. And I remember they had us filming in like Virginia or something, and they had me looking downtrodden. Like they made me look ugly. And I remember my mom like pulled me off set. She's like, come here. And she like put some lipstick on me.
Yeah.
And she's like, just because you're poor, you don't have to be ugly. And the director got really mad because she was putting
She's
lipstick
like, hey, stage mom, get out of here.
Yeah, right?
Let her be the role.
Yeah.
It's like one of the orphans in Oliver getting like done up, getting like a blowout before going out for like, please sir, some more.
Please, sir. But yeah, like that's a fair point. You know, you can be poor and have dignity.
That's very true. That is a very good point. And now you've been doing stand-up and sketch for a while.
Yeah, so my dad was a journalist, but for a long time, I wanted to do like the Daily Show, but I always had that actor bug, and I always liked being on stage. So I got into news, and then I was like, eventually I'll find comedy. Like I didn't grow up having comedy around me. My mom was very funny, but she's foreign, and my dad's a nerd. So it's not like I knew what stand-up, like how to even go through that path. Like I didn't know what an open mic was. I didn't know what improv was. But eventually I did find it. When I moved to Baltimore, I started doing comedy.
While you were
doing
working
news.
for local news.
Yeah. And so it was kind of like a double life, like very Clark Kent, because I didn't want to get in trouble at work, because I said something, uncouth about the mayor.
Indecent, perhaps?
Indecent, perhaps, about the mayor. So
Yeah.
I hid that identity for a long time. So I was Kelly during the day, and I was Kiki at night.
Wait, you already were living the double life as Kelly and Kiki?
Yeah.
What? Okay, because on your website you say you did it. Maybe this is also true. That people were confusing you for Kellyanne Conway on Twitter.
That did happen.
That's wild.
Yeah, that was crazy. The Baltimore Sun even wrote an article about it because people were like barraging me with hate messages. But it was really funny because they would send me hate messages for Kellyanne Conway, and then I'd be like, I'm not Kellyanne Conway. They'd be like, oh, sorry, dear.
Right. And then they're like all civil and fine and
Yeah.
sweet. That's crazy. Wait, so, and in that double life, were you ever like nervous? Did you talk about it at work, or did you like never bring it up? Were
People
were like,
started to
hey,
find
you gotta come
out.
to the work barbecue, and you're like, and you have a stand-up show that day, and you're like, okay, I'll do both.
Yeah, right? Like I take
A
off the
Mrs.
news reporter
Doubtfire.
dress. Now I'm in sweats on stage. Yeah. I mean, it did kind of actually become that way because the turning point for me, I was doing the morning show for a while, which I had to be at work at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I was,
my God, that is not the morning. That is still the evening.
that is the middle of the night show.
Oh my gosh.
And I was at open mics until like 1 in the morning. So eventually one of my friends was like, listen, you're either going to get in trouble at work or you're going to get in a car accident because you're not sleeping.
You're gonna
like,
burn out.
You're going to burn out. He's like, you're 25. Like, if this is the thing you can't stop doing, then maybe it's a thing you're supposed to be doing, right? You're literally risking everything. And I was like, yeah, okay. And I do think about that moment in my day-to-day when I can't like afford groceries, but I am happier doing stand-up.
That's like a really important, like pivotal person. It's like
Yeah.
those people that come into your life sometimes and just say something
Yeah, that completely changes the trajectory of your life.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
But you're saying that sometimes you think, well, it would be nice to have a regular paycheck.
Yes. So what's health insurance? I remember fun memories of being
Oh,
able
good.
to go
I
to the
moved to Los
dentist.
Angeles, and then there was a double strike and also a pandemic, and everything's changed.
Literally, I moved here in 2019. So right before the pandemic, the
Crazy.
strike. Yeah, we've been
But
through it
now
all.
it feels like you've really gotten into like sketch comedy in a way that like I love sketch, and there's so many different forms of it. There's a lot of stage sketch comedy, which I'm sure you also dabble in.
Yeah.
But the like online sketch comedy that you're doing now, like through Instagram, through whatever kind of verticals
Yeah.
that you're doing, it feels like it's really like catching and like putting in some deep sketch roots for you in the
Yeah.
internet. That's pretty cool. Like, what inspired you to start like doing that?
I did come from sketch and improv. Like I had started in sketch and improv, and then I found stand up, and I was like, oh, I can do this all by myself. I don't need anybody else. I moved more into stand up, and I think stand up is still my number one. But I had started doing sketches last year, and they were doing well, and I found this new high in having people like commenting my jokes to me. I was like, what is this new high? I want it all the time,
Like they write on the
Yeah,
post
like that
the
line
jokes
was
that they
so
like.
funny.
Yeah. That's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
I get that sometimes with Try Guys.
Yeah.
Where they'll just say like this line and then just a bunch of laughing face emojis. I'm like, yeah, that's good. I like that.
Good.
Yeah,
I
say it
like that
again.
straight into my veins. Do it more. Because obviously there's a different gratification when you're on stage and get a laugh. That's like bottled lightning, But when you can go back and look at the comments over and over and over again, it's just there's something feral about it.
It does also feel like there might be like a roundabout way. It feels like my dream for Kiki is that this sketch and the stand-up stuff that you're doing actually gets noticed by Daily Show, and you get like a roundabout way where they're like, we want you on the show now.
Say it louder.
We need you on the Daily Show. John, we know you're back there. John, I know you're a big fan.
I've
John's a
been
big fan
sitting
of this
here.
podcast.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
I've been told that. That's why I came on.
I know. This is just to have a direct line to him. So just go ahead and speak to John right now. Tell him what you'd like.
I am right here. I need dental insurance so bad. So bad. Please help me. Get me off these streets.
There's nobody better suited with the journalist background and also the comedy strong bones that you got.
Thank you. That's very nice. I really enjoy it. I was in your acting class that really helped me come back to those roots. That was great. And I realized like with stand-up, you get to have your point of view and like say the horrible things that go through your brain all day. But it is so there's something so warm and silky about being able to play a character and
Yeah.
like do other things that Kiki or Kelly wouldn't normally do.
Totally. We can stop saying Kelly if you want.
Thank you.
We'll stick to Kiki from now on. The one thing that I wanted to bring up before we get into talking about the show, which I think actually aligns with the show, Mexodus, in a big way. There was this show, English, which was at the Wallace Annenberg Center out here. It was on Broadway before that, and it deals with this English as a second language class in Iran, and all the different students in there. And one of the big points they bring up in there is that it takes so long when you're learning a new language to actually be thought of as funny in that new language.
Yeah.
Like to actually have so much facility with it that you're able to make jokes
Yeah.
that make people laugh.
Yeah.
And to go through a period of not being funny. You were talking about how your mother like is foreign.
Yeah.
And like that's such a challenge. I know that you're also, I mean, your website says that you also work in Spanish. Do you ever like deal like, are you at a place with Spanish where you're able to actually make people laugh, do comedy with Spanish, or is that like, or is that something you ever like consider?
To. It's hard because I think, I mean, I'm not going to speak to anybody else's experience with it, but I think it's probably easier to learn to be funny in English because there's so much media in English, right? Every big comedy movie is in English, right? So you can learn what is American humor. Well, American humor is not that hard, you know?
Right.
But with Hispanic culture, every culture is different. You know,
Right.
Mexican humor is not the same as Argentine humor. And even I've actually been doing jokes about being Argentine, and I have offended a lot of people. So there are people that love my humor, but there's a lot of people that are like, I don't like what you're saying about Argentina. I'm like, well, this is my experience as the daughter of an Argentine, you know? So it's really trying to tread a lot of different waters with it. But I feel like I've been living in LA for so long. Most of my Latino friends here are Mexican. I feel like that's a sense of humor that I really enjoy and identify with. It's not my culture, but I think that I'm getting to a place where I can make audiences in LA laugh at least. So, but I don't know how that translates to doing comedy for Puerto Ricans in New York. You know what I mean?
Right. It's yeah, it is. That's so interesting because I also think about sometimes like the Latinx or whatever, Latino, Latina,
Yeah.
whatever. Like it's so diverse.
Yeah.
Like you can say it's like it's not one thing,
You're right.
but it's also similar, I guess, to like humor in English. Like my wife's Australian, and I feel like the humor that I deal with people there is very different than like British humor is very different than American humor.
Yeah.
You know, like there's such like the tongue-in-cheek dryness to British humor,
Right.
Where like in America there can be a little bit more like, you know, like there's
Yeah.
there's some more crassness perhaps sometimes to it. It's such like an interesting thing to talk about the different cultures of
Yeah,
humor.
I have a lot of thoughts on like the difference between English and British humor, but I think the one thing that identifies all Latino humor is like all Latinos kind of just take the piss out of everything. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like nothing's too sacred. But I think that they go about it in different ways.
I love that you said that. I think it so ties into Mexodus and also Brian, who we're going to talk about in a moment in that, Brian Quijada, and his style of humor on that stage.
Yes.
And also a style of humor that I have felt is like very much within me of like, why is everyone taking everything so fucking seriously?
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
Which like you saying that just gave me like a little like identity bump. You know, in a big
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
But let's talk about the show.
Please.
Mexodus, which was such a great time. Can we just start by saying that was incredible?
It was so good.
Like we were sitting next to each other and we kept looking at each other like we were like laughing because we could not believe
How good it was.
how incredible the things happening on stage were.
I did feel like you and I were having the most fun. We were like, oh my God, this
I
is so
looked
good.
around
this
us
is so
and I'm
good.
like, guys, dance with us.
Right.
I think they were all like it's so funny because there's you know especially as like a theater performer. There's so many different audience members, and there's sometimes you think the audience hates you, and then afterwards they're like, "That was so good." It's just people experience things in different ways.
Yeah, and you don't know like how much permission you have to like let out what you're feeling. At one point, like I audibly wooed. I was like, "Whoa!" and you were like, "Shit."
No, I didn't shoot. I was just like, you were the only one that wooed right there. That's hilarious. They tell you at the beginning of the show, you're going to want to woo.
Yeah.
Woo. I love that you did it. I did do it at the more appropriate time.
Yes,
but,
right.
But your woo is valid.
It was just the song was so good. What
I
song
know.
was? Oh, I'll let you take the lead.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know what
what
song
it was.
because it's a fairly new musical. And I looked like on Spotify. There's not like a cast recording. There's one song on Spotify from it.
Oh, really?
That is available. And also all the songs are, we were talking about this after the show, are kind of brand new
Yeah.
every night. But let's get into it.
Yes.
We saw Mexodus at Pasadena Playhouse. And this production is here immediately following its acclaimed New York run. The director is David Mendizábal, and creators and stars of the show are Brian Quijada and Nigel D. Robinson. I just want to say really quick, the show is a lot of live looping.
Yeah.
So you're watching them actually create the beats for, there's no orchestra pit.
Yeah.
There is no orchestra. They are the orchestra. We were told by somebody afterward that the sound mixer is doing a lot in the back of the house. And there's also a DJ behind the stage who is doing a little extra mixing. But the stage is littered with looping pedals and a full DJ booth up in the center. So they'll be walking around while making the song and live changing the loop that they're singing to or playing with in real time.
Yeah. It was incredible. Also, I just want to say that I had no idea what I was going to go see. You were like, want to come see this play with me? I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do any research about it. I had no idea that that's what I was in for. I mean, that was incredible. That also, one person shouldn't have all that talent. Two guys with all that talent. I mean, they took all the talents. There's no talents left.
They took every talent available. Even at one point, I went ballistic because they'd played every instrument from a full-up stand-up bass to guitars to a string on a stick that was like put into a barrel to a trumpet.
I know.
Just came out of nowhere and blew me away. And then the cool thing about looping is you can then harmonize with yourself.
Yeah.
You can lay down the melody and then add the harmonies on top.
Yeah. And they were so casual about it too. They were like, I'm just gonna press this pedal and keep walking. They kind of reminded me of like my cats growing up. They're just like hitting everything in the house. I'm gonna keep walking over here, walking over there.
I think one of the craziest things about this, like a little history of how the show came to be.
I need to hear all of it. I'm very curious.
I'm going to tell you all about it.
Yeah.
So when we talked about Brian Quijada and Nigel D. Robinson and how incredible they are as musicians and performers, I was also thinking about the thing you were saying about all this talent. I think the thing is there are people out there that have all of these talents, but they didn't create a show.
Right.
That shows every single one of those talents.
Right.
But these two did.
Yeah.
These two did, and they employed what seems to be, unless they have more hidden talents, which I'm sure could be true. After what I've seen, I wouldn't be surprised if they also do stunt driving or something.
Yeah, right.
That they created the medium in which only they could make it happen.
Right.
Outside of their understudies, who apparently will also be doing this show in the future.
When they said there was understudies, I was like, come on, man.
I know.
I mean, what was that casting call even like? Hey, can you play 20 instruments, sing, dance, and also have like swag?
And also, are you very well versed in DJing and looping? Because you have to be. So Trent Lawson and Alan Mendez are the ones that are also understudying for them, which kind of just blows my mind that they could find two of the people that fit the type of role, because you have to be a specific type. You have to be like a Mexican and African American.
Yeah.
Like those are the two that need to be that and also have all these skills.
Yeah.
Anywho, in 2018 is when Brian Quijada stumbled across a History.com article titled The Undertold Story of the Underground Railroad That Went South. And that's when he first learned that there wasn't just the one that went up to Canada. There were also many people, between 4,000 and 10,000 slaves that escaped south across the border into Mexico.
Wow.
And he became very interested for that. He found it as like a reverse border story, which is like, oh, not people going from Mexico to America, but the other way around.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's such a great key in for him for this show. And then just randomly in 2020, that he went to an actor-musician conference in New York where he was presenting on live looping, and Nigel just happened to be presenting on multi-instrumental performance. And Brian felt driven to just go and talk to him. They spent the rest of the night for hours just talking and talking, and Brian had in his notes app in his phone all the stuff for this musical and said, do you want to write this musical with me? The first time they met.
What?
Okay. That seems
you
crazy.
You want to get married and have a baby together? Okay, sure. Yeah.
You want to get married and have a baby?
I mean, that's the same level of commitment.
Seriously.
Yeah.
And that's where, like, he oh no, wait, I had it backwards. It's Nigel who felt it inside, said, go talk to Brian, and Brian felt the same way.
Wow.
And that's just how they got together in Brian's tiny apartment, geeking out over music, theater, and storytelling.
Oh my gosh.
I just think that's
it's
so
like
cool.
lightning and thunder finding each other.
This show truly is lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
And it feels like it is that way every night, because especially when somebody's live looping something, like once it's in, it's in.
Yeah.
there's a timing to the show. There's so many other technical elements happening at the same time. There's fog machines. There's set changes. I don't know if you noticed the one part where the upstage wall actually shifted and showed speakers and lighting elements that weren't there in the first act of the show.
Yeah, because I think I heard you go, oh, wow.
I did.
Look at that. What do you know?
Oh, cool. Their ability to, even if a mistake happens in the loop, which I don't think there were any, but if one did, I think you're in.
Yeah.
And now that's part of it.
Yeah.
That's like so much trust in self, so much trust in the ability of your fellow actor.
I just feel like my aunt and I talk about this all the time. Like anybody can learn to play the piano, right?
Yes.
But it's a gift from God or whatever. When you're able to like snatch a beat out of thin air, you're like, yes, this. You know what I mean? And the fact that they were able to be like, you have this talent, I have this talent. And also I read this article and I think all those go together. It's like, where did you get that idea?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
But it does for me. When I first met my wife, Kelly, actually Kelly, still Kelly.
Still Kelly.
She didn't change it, but I'm pushing her to go Kiki. When I met her, I went, oh, that's the person I'm in love with.
Really?
That's the person, yeah. I'm immediately, this is my person.
That's
And
nice. I just got chills.
within 3 months of us being together, I moved in, and 6 months later, I proposed, and then we were married 2 years after meeting, or after
gosh.
getting together. I think there's something about when you meet someone, I don't know if it's past lives, I don't know if it's just like two split souls or just happenstance that there's something connective, this
Right.
connective tissue between them. You just know.
Yeah.
Like it actually isn't super surprising that they had to meet
Yeah.
and that they made that choice that night, that commitment.
They were kindred spirits.
Yeah. I think one of the other cool things about this show, we're going to talk about some specifics within the show
Right.
too, but this is just kind of like the history behind how we got here.
Uh-huh.
Their hope in making this show was that it reminded audience that there's a history full of moments of Black and Latino communities standing together against oppression.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot of times right now, especially where communities that have less are actually against each other because they're being told stories by people in power or people with money that, like I love that one meme where it's a millionaire with a pile of cookies and saying, hey, careful, that Latino is trying to steal your cookie.
Yeah.
With two people in front of them with just plates.
I think the caption, if we're talking about the same ones, they have you fighting a culture war when they're fighting a class war.
Yeah.
100%.
And it's like, yeah, no, but we can work together, and we have worked together in the past.
Right.
And so in 2024, it had its world premiere at Baltimore Center Stage, going on to be on Off-Broadway at the Minetta Lane Theater.
Wait, are
and
they
then
from
the Darrow-
Baltimore?
No.
Oh, okay.
Chicago.
Oh, wow.
But that's where the show started, was in Baltimore.
Wow, okay.
And they went off-Broadway and like won a ton of awards. I think the most awards were like an off-Broadway show, and then came straight out to Pasadena Playhouse, and are going to continue along their run. So definitely, if you're not in LA and can't see this show, which if you are, you must. But if you're not, there's so many other opportunities to see this show.
Great. This is going to be the next big thing. This is going to be the next Hamilton.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
It's so cool. And I was talking to somebody, it's cheap.
Yeah, really? Well, it's cheap for us.
It was very cheap for us, but we don't talk about that part. That's the behind the scenes. Ryan getting tickets to theater. It's okay. I
Cut
said
it.
Kelly, so you can talk. No, it's staying in. I outed your name. You can out the fact that I started this podcast to get free tickets to theater. Usually for a musical, you're paying musicians. You're paying a large cast. You're paying a large group of understudies. This is 2 main actors, a DJ backstage, and 2 understudies.
Yeah.
No orchestra pit. That's wild. This is so attractive for any theater to put on.
Right.
And so lucrative for them if they can sell out these houses.
Yeah.
Like, you're not splitting it.
No.
I think about that sometimes with like bands.
Uh-huh.
You know, like if a band is like 2 people, like the White Stripes,
Yeah.
how much money is getting split. But like they're doing
50 split. That's
they're doing the
crazy.
same thing
Yeah.
as like some of these, like I remember like some of like the clap banjo bands that have 15 people in the thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, dang, are they all getting the same
Arcade
cut?
Fire? What are those, like 30 people in there?
Yeah. What's the split?
Yeah.
Does this make sense?
Yeah. But that is also, it speaks to like, because this production is so detailed and there's so many things going on at once. Like you're super overstimulated, you know, you have to focus on the lights and the sound, whatever. But it was the moments where they were doing so much with nothing. I mean, like they would project lights on the background for like rain. And then like add a certain sound. You're like, I feel like I'm getting rained on.
Yeah. And it was literally like making thunder practically.
Yeah.
With a metal sheet and a couple mallets and just on that to create the thunder sound.
Yeah.
And then when he crossed the Rio Grande, how that was
I
just
felt like I was drowning.
really exceptional. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is so, because it's just these 2 people keeping us focused in for the full 90-minute show. They use all these technical elements to keep it feeling fresh, keeping us on our toes. A disco ball comes in at one point.
Yeah.
Like, it's just nonstop. You don't know how they're going to keep making it work.
Yeah.
And they keep surprising us throughout.
That's an exact description of it. Yeah, you keep getting surprised. You're like, what? And that instrument, and that instrument, and oh my god, this song is a totally different flavor from that song. I mean, they hit all the genres.
Totally. And
Yeah.
I really like it when, like they're aware it's just a two-man band.
Yeah.
And they come out as themselves, which is a large part of it. They play themselves as well as other characters
Yeah.
in the show that are going through the Underground Railroad story going south.
Yeah.
But they come out as themselves and they say, hey, we're here. Here's the rules.
I really liked that they did that. Because it's just two guys. They're like, hey, we're two people and we made this thing. This is what we're passionate about.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's the thing of like, even with the understudies, I'm like, the understudies are definitely going to have ownership over it. But like, you can't have more ownership than these two guys walking out and telling you that they're about to put their show on.
Yeah.
And they even said that thing of like, now when we say turn your phone off, like literally you have to, because if your phone goes off, it will become part of the loop. Like it may
Can you
get picked up by a
imagine?
microphone. Seriously.
They would have made it great, but that would suck.
Yeah, they would have made it work. We're like, I would like, in that moment, I'm like, do you just stop the show and say, seriously?
Right?
We told you.
We told you're literally ruining the Underground Railroad right now. There was no cell phones in the Underground Railroad.
And I think one of the things I really loved about it too, as complex as the beats were, as beautiful as the music was, as thumping as the bass was, they took moments of silence and owned it. And they also told their own personal stories on stage.
Yeah.
There was that moment where Nigel, after the big introduction of his character Henry, he sat down and he drank water. He drank water kind of like dimly lit, mostly
Yeah.
in the dark, for a good period of time.
Yeah.
Just letting everything settle
Yeah.
before he then turned to us and said, here's my life.
Yeah.
Here's about when I was born and what the ancestors gave to me and why I am doing this. And I am living not only their dreams, because they didn't dream this.
Yeah.
This wasn't possible. I'm
Yeah.
living an impossible dream.
Yeah.
That was the moment that made me cry.
I know, I cried too. I'm gonna cry right now thinking about it. I was joking about it with you last night. I was like, when he had that song, or when he was telling that story, I was like, I don't know if I'm serving my ancestors well enough. Am I their dream? You know what I mean? Like, you
Yeah.
start reflecting on your own past and how you got here and how your family got there. But I also connected with what you're saying, like, they really took their time with everything. I feel like it's kind of like comedy, like when you're telling a joke, that's a very personal thing. Like, you tell it so many times that eventually it starts to feel impersonal. Unless, like, you really take the time to be like, hold on,
Yeah.
there's a reason I'm telling you this. And it felt like everything they were doing was very intentional. Like, it was the first time they were telling the story. Like, please take this with you. Like, I need you to understand the story when you leave here. It's not just about the music. There's a reason we're here.
Yeah.
They were very precise with it and like intentional.
And the thing you were talking about too is like, not only do these two have all these abilities and are great storytellers and have a great story to tell that's personal to them, they also have so much swag
Yeah, I know.
from moment one.
I know. You can't replicate that because I'm not here to hate on Hamilton. I actually like Hamilton, but I felt like these were like two guys that like I feel like I could have met like in New York or something, like just on the street. You know, like they didn't have that super hyper polished like theater kid energy.
Careful where you are. Careful where you're sitting right now.
But
Tread lightly,
there's
Kiki.
nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying.
Kind of feels like you're saying
I'm not
it's
saying it's
bad.
bad. I'm just saying it felt scrappy.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Look, there is a feel like theater kid energy is authentic to me, and yet it reads inauthentic because it's like so much, you know?
There's a reason people love theater kid energy. It works. I'm just saying what made this different
Yes,
is how scrappy it felt.
totally. 100%.
Yeah.
Now, I will say, like, you watch In the Heights, like Lin-Manuel Miranda, you know, I think he did come from a very scrappy place, and then he just happened to create something that was earth-shattering.
Yeah.
And then became this highly hyper-polished,
Right.
behemoth of musicals.
Right. Right.
You know,
I
but-
mean, it was so groundbreaking when it first came out.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
was a big In the Heights fan before, which is his first musical. So when that was coming, I was already like, I was listening to everything that they were doing before the actual Broadway production.
Yeah.
So it felt scrappy in the beginning for me.
Hipster.
What was I going to say?
I'm sorry. I really threw you off. with
No,
the
I
theater
wanna be
kid
thrown
energy.
I'm just so hurt right now by you, Kiki.
Sorry.
Because you've known me, and you know that I had this, and you knew what show you were coming on.
But I kept coming back to the classes for a reason.
Yeah, not only do they have the swag, but one thing about like Nigel, like his movements were so like it felt like it was coming from the heart and soul.
Yeah.
You know, in the way that he was dancing and also playing out like the cotton picking moment, how there were these big expressive movements and then the escaping and then being beat by like like big plank of wood. You know, all these moments that were happening were just so you could feel it in your own body because of how expressive he was.
Yeah, because he has that moment where he's getting beat up, and then he has the moment where he's in the river. But then he totally transforms when he's like singing the song that like his mom taught him. He becomes this kind of like gospel singer. Like he's very, you know what I mean? Like two totally different guys.
Well, he really just contains the multitudes. Like one is
Yeah.
based on his circumstance and one is based on his actual ancestry and history.
Yeah.
And both exist simultaneously within the same body.
Thank you for saying that so much more eloquently than I did. That's what I was trying to say.
I
And
couldn't
so-
have gotten there. No, but I couldn't have gotten there without the
I'm here to inspire.
And I thought that Brian Quijada, he just had such trust in his own comedic abilities
Yeah.
and trust in the show and the beats that he has built.
Yeah.
When he first, because he's wearing like kind of MC B-boy outfit at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And B-boy, is that right?
That sounds right.
That sounds right. We're not going to research it
Mm.
any further than that. And yet, then he comes out later and he's like 1800s Mexican ranchero. And he still has the same pants and the same shoes, but he put spurs on them.
That was so
And the
fun.
way he introduces the spurs, they have all these, they not only have all these looping pedals and music pieces and speakers all over and microphones everywhere.
Yeah.
They also have cameras hidden that they'll play to that get projected onto the back.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a really cool element too and let us get much closer to the action.
Totally. The shoes moment was very cool.
And he just let his spurs, the spurs we got introduced to auditorially or orally. And then he gets up close to one of those cameras and just puts his shoe there and lets us see it and then bends down, spins it.
Yep.
Great comedic moment. And I think my favorite, because not only like the thunder, you know, is a practical sound effect they created on stage. He also created the sound of a fire that he was building as we transition from Nigel's character story into his story.
Yeah. Yeah. It felt like we were actually like being warmed by that fire with the crackling and the lights. It was I was like, did he light a fire on stage? What's happening?
I was saying that I could smell the fire.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And all it was his character, it was obviously Brian, but he's now transitioning into playing the character of Carlos, who is the person that Henry meets, who saves Henry from drowning, basically. It's just him there with a little orange-yellow light that's flickering on his face, and he's recording himself crumpling paper
Yeah.
to make the sound of the fire and then snapping to be the little pops that happen during a fire. And then he
Yeah.
looks at all of us like,
Isn't this cool?
come on.
Come on, guys. This is pretty sick.
You gotta give it to me for that one. And that I was like, dude, this is such a great performer. He knows what he's got, and he knows
Yeah.
like and I love a show like that a show that can make me cry, but then also go like, we're not taking this shit seriously.
Yeah.
Like we're also having fun. We
Yeah.
are taking it seriously because it's serious subject matter, but
Right.
also like I'm a guy up here making a fire with a light and crumpling paper.
Yeah.
And my
yeah.
finger
We're all
snaps.
here having this experience right now. We're all here together.
I'm not trying to make you believe there's a fire here.
Yeah.
I want you to know like there is a performative element to this.
It felt very clown. I was like, I've learned that in a clown class that you have to address what's happening in the room.
Totally.
Yeah.
And then I love that it goes from this like history lesson, which it was the whole time, and also a call to action at the end of the show.
Yeah.
Into like a buddy comedy.
Yeah. It was. And I honestly, like I said, I didn't read anything about it going into it. So because it first starts with just Nigel, I was like, well, maybe it's all him the entire play. But then he kind of comes in like about, what do we say, like half an hour?
Halfway in.
Yeah.
Maybe I'd say like 35 minutes.
Yeah. I'm like, oh.
Because there's an introductory song that kind of covers like, here's the history we're going to be covering during this. And then it gets into the personal story of first Nigel,
Right.
and then the personal story that we're going to watch play out of Henry.
Yes. Yes, but I wasn't super sure if that's where it was headed. I was like, well, maybe he's just doing the sound. Like, I don't know. But it was very cool to see it come together because they do tell you their backgrounds first. You're right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he talks about how his family like would tell him to like be careful of like black people. Like, oh, you know, there was that divide that
It was
you were
the lock
talking
the
about.
door story.
Yeah, the lock. Oh, that was good.
Which is like, that's also smart writing.
Yeah.
To have this phrase And I think it's smart writing in stand-up too. Like you hear it so much of like, oh, that's that key in that I'm going to come back to later
It's a
and call
callback,
back.
yeah.
Yeah, that this simple phrase that creates an image in our minds because we've all been there.
Right.
Where we've questioned our own morality from locking a door.
Right. But I think we're all conditioned to have biases that, obviously they're not based in truth, but they're based in the truth that has been fed to us since we were kids.
Which was, and I love that about Brian's story.
Yeah.
He came in here and been like, and he said a very important part to it, which was, I wasn't scared before that moment. Before his mom told him to get back in the car and lock the door. Yeah. And now I was scared.
Yeah.
And then like everything was fine.
Right.
But it's this teaching of like, this is not inherent human distrust of each other. Yeah. This is taught.
Yeah.
And this is a cycle that can be broken, which is also the major point of the whole show, which I love. It's like, I'm going to have this overarching point, but I'm still going to be hitting it
over and over
in
and
different
over again.
ways throughout, which is just a great way to communicate your point to somebody without feeling like we're being talked down to or talked at.
Yeah, and I kind of connected in that moment, like on a less incendiary level. I just feel like Latino moms in general, my mom's Latina, I feel like in general, Latina moms are always like, everyone's a pedophile, be careful. You know what I mean? Like, Latina moms are always like, stay in the house, lock the doors. Like, that's kind of like my mom.
No, stay with me, find a nice Latino woman, and we're not going to worry about it, okay?
Right. In general, yeah.
Totally. That's so true. Yeah, I mean, I just like overall, are there other parts about the show that like spoke out to you or peeked out?
I think the ending where he starts singing his mom's song again. Like, he's like, now I can sing it as a free man. I cried. Oh, that was beautiful. Anything about moms always makes me cry.
Do you have a close relationship with your mom?
I do.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm very close with my mom. And, like, the idea, any movie or, like, show where the baby gets taken from the mom. Like, I think, like, my first, like, traumatic memory is watching Dumbo, you know? Where, like, the mom elephant and the baby are separated from each other and, like, she's, like, swinging him from the jail cell. I felt that in that moment when he was, like, talking about getting taken away from his mom when he was, like, 9 years old. Like, what a horrible, horrible, horrible... You're forever changed, you know? And he could have gone such a different direction, but he had this willpower to keep fighting and keep living and jump in a river and float downstream. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's God. That's no, I have to keep going. Right? Because when the slave master was trying to kill him, I mean, he could have, I don't know, it could have gone so many different ways.
Yeah. And I think it's so smart of the two of them, of Brian and Nigel, to do all this research of these, because there's not a lot of facts or information about this Underground Railroad that went south, but what they could gather and put together, they chose to choose they took the important parts and told a personal story through that. Yeah. And also dealing with the Mexican-American War. Yeah. You know, and dealing with like, okay, so what's both of their secrets? Yeah. And how do those secrets come to light, and how does it change them, and how does it affect their choices? Yeah. You know, Brian's choice to save Henry is so based on his past in the war. Right. And the shame that he had for the actions that he took there. Right.
But it's also like, God, he should have never even had to have been in that position. Right. Like, you're carrying shame for something that, like, most humans never have to make that choice. Right. It's not fair. It's not fair that you were put in that position. The same way it wasn't fair that Nigel had to be put in that position.
And yet, these things that don't have to define us and make us bad. Yeah. Because we were put in bad places, we can actually change. Right. And make good things come out of it.
And be kind and, like, love other people and, like, unlock the door.
Like, it's a normal human reaction for him to want to run away from this war. Yeah. That makes sense. Right. Danger, me not be in danger.
100%. Nobody wants that.
And yet the shame I feel because the other people with me did not get the chance to escape that danger. Right. And now that lives with me.
Right. And but this is a moment to redeem myself and just finally be liberated from this thing that's also been keeping a hold on me forever.
You can take it and it can become bitter and dark, or you can take it and make a positive change. Yeah. Like, there's so many themes that I'm taking away from this show. Yeah. Like the brotherhood, the freedom, the identity, borders, race, solidarity, like, but that aspect of how you can turn your shame into something positive, how you can turn your dark past into actually kindness and warmth and uplifting is kind of the most gorgeous thing in the world.
It is. It is. And I think that's exactly the point I was trying to drive home, is like, at the end of the day, like, he still carries this memory of his mom that keeps him soft You know, and that is the thing that anchors him, is like, this is actually who I was before all these things happened to me.
Yeah.
And I think they made a really good point, because when Nigel meets Nigel and Henry.
Henry and Nigel is Henry.
Yeah, sorry.
And Brian is Carlos.
Okay. So when Henry and Carlos meet,
Yes.
he says where he's from in Texas or wherever.
Victoria.
Right, Victoria. And he's like, yeah, that used to be Mexico. And I think that's a really important point, where he talks about how they didn't jump the border jumped them. You know what I mean? That's so, that is the whole reason why this story is happening.
Yeah.
I never even considered that there was a reverse underground railroad.
Which kind of makes more sense.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you go to Mexico?
We're in the South.
Yeah.
Well, shouldn't we just like go straight there? Especially
Yeah.
from Texas.
Right.
And
why would you go north?
It also seemed like there wasn't as much, like it felt like the Underground Railroad going north maybe had more organization and planning to it. And this one just kind of felt like, okay, we have people here, figure it out. We trust you. You can take them. Okay, you can go this direction. Like, kind of felt like they were just kind of scrappy, figuring it out as they went along. So
Yeah.
there's not as much documentation of it.
Right.
And no real numbers on how many people actually escaped that way.
Right. And speaking of choice, I mean, he could have, there was a bounty on his head when he crossed the border. People were looking for him because he had killed a man. And it would have been so easy for Carlos to make that choice. Like, hey, my life is tough too. This is $100,000 that I could just, take care of my hacienda with this, like,
Yeah.
I have problems too, and you're bringing me more
I just
problems.
lost everything.
I just lost everything.
To a flood.
Right. There's no real reason for me to help you. It was a choice he made.
Yes.
Yeah, but he's also a victim, and he's also in trouble, and he also has people trying to take his land. Like,
Gosh, once you just start talking about this show,
Yeah.
I need to see it again, by the way.
Yeah.
Like the fact that there's not a full cast recording yet, it means I can't just obsessively listen to the full thing for the next
Right.
month and a half.
uh-huh.
So I just need to go back.
Yeah.
Because also some of, like, this is the thing about Hamilton. Like, we're just talking about Hamilton because there is obviously, like, a rap musical. So this is going to have, like,
Yeah.
and also a historical musical, a musical with black and brown people
Right.
being at the lead of it. It has some allusions to it, but like you're saying, it's much scrappier. But in Hamilton, like, people that go in dry to Hamilton, I'm like, good luck.
Yeah.
I had to basically memorize the entire album before I went, and then I could really understand what was happening.
Yeah. There's a lot. I mean, they're cramming so much history into one song.
And
you
also
know?
some of those, like, lines were so fast.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, what? 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 I want to hear that again.
Yeah.
So basically, all I'm saying, Brian, Nigel, can we get the cast recording?
yeah, honestly.
Can we get the?
Some of the songs, I mean, all of the songs were bangers, but there's some that I'm like, wait, what were they saying? Like, I remember the beat, but I can't sing along to it.
Yeah,
because-
I want to go to the gym.
Yep.
And I want to live Mexodus at the gym, please.
Yep.
So go ahead and do that. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm definitely gonna go see it again. I think because I actually wasn't gonna be able to go see this show because I was out of town for the opening, and that's usually when I go see shows. And
Right.
it makes most sense to review a show at the opening, so there's the most time people to learn about it and go see it themselves.
Yeah.
But I was out of town. And my friend Jordan Kyburnett, who's in New York, had seen Mexodus.
Uh-huh.
And they said, you need to go see this.
Yeah.
And so I
damn right.
contacted Pasadena Playhouse. I was like, okay, I need to be there.
Like I said, I had no idea what I was getting into. And just the second we walk into the theater and we see this very intricate stage with like different levels to it. The DJ booth was up high and there's all these instruments and it was kind of like steampunk. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm obsessed. I'm definitely going to see it again. I want to see it all the time. I want everyone to see this show.
Yeah, everybody should. I mean, there's something for everybody in it.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know what else to say except I loved it.
Yeah.
I love the naming scene
Oh my God, that was so
where
good.
they're coming up with his name.
Yeah.
It's so another just great moment of comedy
Yeah.
throughout it.
Well, and also, I don't know if I should give it away.
Let me just say it, and maybe I'll cut it.
Okay. Like at the end, they point the mics at the audience.
Oh, I know.
And
Yeah,
then
there's
they
an
loop
interact.
the audience's humming.
There's an interactive aspect to it there, which is like, oh,
Yeah, it was very chilling.
and then to hear that back, and it felt a little bit more eerie hearing it back than it did recording it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
Right.
we are part of, and it's also a great way to like right at the end because make us a part of the story.
Totally. Well, and the thought that I had in that moment, because like with comedy shows, we always say to people, you get the show that you give. Like if the audience
Yes.
is responding and laughing and in tune, then you're going to get a better comedian on stage. In that moment, if the audience is like, you get out of your ego for a second and you hum, and you really interact and give them all the attention that they deserve for the show that they're putting on, you're going to get a better sound and you're going to feel more connected to the show.
Can you say that phrase again? You get the show.
you get the you get the show you deserve. You know what I mean? Like if
Yeah.
you're on your phone, or you're like in your own head or in your own ego, or like not really paying attention, or like you're too shy to laugh, then you're gonna get a shy performer that's like, well, I guess I'm just clocking in today. You know what I mean?
Totally. My friend just told me about he was meeting up with a friend for drinks. It was somewhere in Florida, and they went to this place. And as they sat down, they're like, "Great, thanks everyone for being here for open mic night." And they're like, "Oh, so the three of us," and they're sitting front row, and they were the only ones there that weren't stand-ups. And they're like, "Well, now we can't catch up."
Yeah.
Because now there's people standing right next to us performing, and they're kind of only performing at us.
Oh no, you're hostages.
Like, well, we get the show we signed up. We didn't mean to sign up for, but I guess we're here for.
Guerrilla comedy.
It's
a nightmare.
so wild. Yeah, for
Sorry.
real. Yeah, I mean, like we kind of are under time, but I don't really have a lot else to say about it. It was just like 10 minutes under.
Yeah.
Which is fine. A show takes what it takes, and this one's just like it's one you have to experience.
That's the thing is like I feel like we're saying all the things, but like you can't capture it on a podcast really. Like we can talk about how much we love it, but this is all just to say you have to see it. You're missing a cultural moment.
Guys, I couldn't be any clearer. I don't know how to say this any other way.
That was pretty good.
Honestly, it is lightning in a bottle, and how do you describe lightning in a bottle? You have to experience it.
Yeah.
And so go see Mexodus. I kind of also want to see the understudies.
Yeah. I bet that would be such a different experience.
I want to know what that show is.
Yeah.
I want to know what it's like to have Trent Lawson and Alan Mendez do it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I would even be interested if at some point, like, they put out clips from, like, the beginnings of the show. Like, I'm so curious about how it evolved and how it's going to continue to evolve, because I'm sure as the show gets bigger, they're going to add more.
And Alan Mendez, by the way, who I believe he's understudying, he's understudying Carlos. He's also the music director.
Oh,
So
okay.
he knows it.
Yeah, he's
He
very
knows the
connected
music.
to the show.
But Trent Lawson, that's not the music director. Trent Lawson's understudying Henry. Come on.
Yeah,
Come
it's
on.
hard enough as an actor to serve the story, but then to also be the musician that they need you to be and capture the dance moves. Because that's the thing, too. It's not like super choreographed dance moves.
No,
They're
just feeling their bodies.
Yeah.
And feeling whatever that part of the story calls for. I'm sure there are actually like, because the lights are so specific, they do have to hit their marks.
Right.
So the moves have to get you to wherever they have to get you. But
Right.
it feels just like that's what my body is saying needs to happen right now.
Yeah. I do wonder if they brought in like a choreographer.
Yes,
at
his
all.
name's Tony Thomas.
Oh, well, thank you for
Choreographed by Tony Thomas and directed by, again, David Mendizabal, who directed all versions of it. From Baltimore to New York to now here in Pasadena.
Wow.
And I'll just talk about really quick. The scenic design is unbelievable. The costume design. The costume was also designed by the director. Okay.
Whoa. Okay.
And the scenic design was by Rue Rakulchan and lighting design by Mextli Cousin. Really, really just incredible. And I couldn't believe also, they said they were like, we were talking to my friend Spence afterward, and he was telling us how there's like 7 layers of the sound looping that's happening, and some are attached to the lighting elements. And so some of the loops were actually causing the lights to go as they were hitting the bass beats.
Yeah.
And I was just, I cannot tell you how many times I saw them hitting a pedal in a new place.
Yeah.
This is such an intricately complex show.
The setup must be a nightmare.
I can imagine doing it in a tour, because like that's the hardest part is like,
Yeah.
okay, if you miss one connection.
Yeah, one fuse.
We're
So
blown!
real. Yeah, or if the sound guy, like, I don't know, looks away for a second,
Can't.
you can't.
Well, Kiki, you came to the best show that I could have brought you to.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I had no idea what I was getting, and I'm changed.
I am changed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you been to Pasadena Playhouse before?
No, first of all, gorgeous place.
I know.
Like, shout out Pasadena Playhouse. You guys are doing it right.
Did
guys
you
get
know that they're a Tony Award winning regional theater?
it. Really?
And also they are the official state theater of California,
Really?
Pasadena Playhouse.
Okay. Well,
And
you
they-
know what? They're serving us well. They show us off well.
And I think they're 101 years old.
Really?
Yeah. It's been there
Wow.
for a long time.
Yeah. I mean,
And
this
the
is
building was built through money from Pasadena residents. And there's a brick wall along the side with all the 1,000 residents that put money in to build Pasadena Playhouse.
I like that. It's a
Isn't that great?
community effort.
It's truly a community theater.
100 years of looping.
100 years of looping. You were going to say something. I keep cutting
No,
you
that's
off
it.
about how much
I
you
just
love.
really had to get that joke
Okay,
out.
yeah. And honestly, it was an all-star, 5-star joke. Kiki, where can people come and follow you, get to know things about you, know where your stand-up's going on?
I am on the gram. It's Kiki Andersen, and I am actually planning tour dates right now. So please sign up for my mailing list so I know where to tour.
And don't go to the copyright website. That's not going to exist much longer. It's soon going to become the Big Theater Kid Energy website. So actually, do go there, I guess. The other website also clearly has information that Kiki doesn't want you to know, like that her real name's Kelly. Don't look there.
Don't look
You're going to
there.
find out things that she forgot she wrote. And as always, make sure you go and follow Kiki. Find out about those tour dates, get on the mailing list, and go and subscribe to this show.
Please.
And give it all the stars you can. Give it a review. That's 15 stars Kiki just asked for. Give them.
15 stars, please.
And as always, let me know what shows you want me to see, guests you want me to have on, or any segments you want to be a part of the show. Thanks for listening to the end, and support local theater. Bye!
Bye. That was great.
Really fun.
That was very fun. Thank you.
We got Big Theater Kid energy. Look out, we project, we sing out, Louise. Never market, always go full out. John Patrick Shanley never had a doubt. Our voices are warm, then kicks are high. We've got perfect form. We say thank you, five. Grab your prop, charge all the glow take. Curtains going up. 5, 6, 7, 8. We got Big Theater Kid.